What's up, guys? I'm gonna do a real quick movie review for Rambo: Last Blood. Um, you know, I'm a Rambo fan. Grew up, you know, on Rambo. Watched Rambo 2 a bunch of times as a kid. Um, the last Rambo they made in I think 2007 was really good. Um, I was very impressed with that movie. I didn't know how an old Rambo would be at that time, but it was very well done. And I actually, from the way it ended, I thought that was it. I thought that was the last Rambo. I never thought we'd see another Rambo. So I was shocked a while back when I heard that they were making another one and another one was coming out. Now, I had not been feeling hyped for this movie until today. It just kind of hit me today that a new Rambo was coming out, and I was gonna get to see another Rambo, getting kind of excited. And I got to be honest, guys. I didn't like it. I was disappointed. Now, one of my childhood friends went with me. He loved it. He loved it. But me personally, I didn't. It's easily the worst Rambo that they ever made. I mean, that's just for me, man. I think results may vary. It could be a lot of people that like it. I think it'll be people that like it. I think it'll be people that don't like it. And I'm in that category, man. Now later on, I will kind of go into details about why I didn't like it, but let me just say, as far as my grade, I would give the movie a D. I would give it a thumbs down. I will not be watching this movie again. I have no interest in watching it. I will not be buying this movie. I will not be renting this movie. It's not a movie that I can recommend. I'm sorry. You know, and I love Rambo and I love action, but I just I just didn't like it. So I think that'll be it for the non-spoiler point. If anybody doesn't want to be spoiled, they should probably turn away at this point. But for those who don't want to be spoiled, let me just say that I don't recommend it, and I didn't like it. Um, I thought that, and that this is not a spoiler, but I just thought that it could have been more action. It was very focused on the story, more focused on the drama to me. Signs of an older Rambo. This domestic, dramatic Rambo. All right. I think that was one of the things that really hurt the movie. All right, to my opinion. All right. Uh, and it is a dark movie, in subject matter and you know in violence. I will say that. All right. Um, and I think in some ways a bit too dark, which is why I didn't like it. Didn't leave satisfied. When I left the last Rambo they made in 2007, I believe it was. When I left that Rambo, I was I was very satisfied. You know, I was, man. I thought that was a really good movie. I thought it was a great way to end the franchise. If they had ended it there, it would have sat fine with me. But this one leaves a bad taste, a bad feeling in my mouth, my stomach. Just you know, I didn't leave this movie the same way I left that one. You know, in that last Rambo, it was like he had been through all these wars, been through so much, and then he was finally going home. Rambo goes home, and let it end right there. Oh boy. All right, now let me get to the spoiler part. All right, now I did not make it to the movie on time, unfortunately. So there was a little bit in the beginning that I missed. I don't think it was anything significant. Um, But okay, Rambo was with a lady and a younger lady. I'm not sure the older. I don't know if that was his sister or what. I don't know. I don't know what she was to him. Um, but the little girl in the movie was his niece. All right. Um, and I'm assuming that uh, that the niece's mom was his sister. This is what I'm assuming. All right. All right. Part of the storyline is kind of silly. Um, to me, I mean, I guess it could be real or realistic in some ways. This girl, she's left without a mom. Apparently, her dad's in Mexico. She has a friend. Cut this hair off. She has a friend in Mexico track down her dad. All right. Um, and Rambo finds out. He's telling her not to go to Mexico, not to track the guy down. He's no good. And then the older lady, she's telling the girl, leave it alone. He's no good. And of course, what happens? The girl, I don't know how old she was. I'm assuming teenager. I don't know if she had graduated high school or if she hadn't graduated, she was about to graduate. I think maybe she had graduated and she was about to go to college. I think. I think so. I think that was the case. I think she had just graduated and was soon to be going to college. All right. So of course she disobeys. Being a little badass, and she goes to Mexico. All right, and that's of course when things go bad. All right. Oh shit. All right. The girl ends up getting basically kidnapped. It reminded me of the movie Traffic. All right, she ends up, basically like forced prostitution or some shit. All right, so of course, Rambo, she don't come home. They find out she went to Mexico, so he goes. He's looking for, um, and you know, Rambo catches a beat down, and let's see what happens. Uh, of course, him being John Rambo, he has amazing recuperative powers, like Wolverine or some shit. I mean, he was beat severely. All right. Um, and I think in 4 days he was pretty much all right. All right. Now he let's see. Well, I left out the part after he got beat down. All right, they realized what he came for, who he came for, and so they ultimately put the girl through hell. All right. Then Rambo uh, go gets the girl. He's taking her back home, and at this point, this is where the movie absolutely goes downhill for me. All right. It was already the way I was watching the movie. It was slow on action. It was more based on drama. Um, you know, in previous Rambo movies, action is spread throughout. This one you kind of going through the story. Learning about the characters and going through the story, drama, drama, drama. It was like seemed like a television. It looked and felt like a TV Rambo movie, a B sort of Rambo movie. All right, definitely could feel his age, from the lack of action. All right, but this is where the movie goes downhill for me, guys. And maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know, but Rambo saves the girl. Now his little innocent niece. All right, who has been, abused, drugged, um, you know, I get raped, men slept with her, whatever, all this kind of stuff, right? just went through hell. All right. He saves the girl. He's driving back home, and he's giving her this speech, um, about what she means to him and stuff, and unexpectedly, I mean, I didn't see what would have caused it to happen, but the girl dies. All right, as he's telling her how much she means to him and all that. Tear comes out of her eye. She recognizes. She is touching her soul, and then she dies. All right, that was that was it. I mean, I was like, what the fuck? It's like, it was like, okay, like that just it just killed everything for me. It was a punch to the heart, punch to the stomach. You know, now you don't want to see the little girl die. That was just a movie ruiner for me, man. At that point, I'm like, man, it's like what, what's the point? He just gonna get some revenge or whatever, instead of being the hero, and kind of having like a sort of a happy ending or whatever. Well, this movie was dark, man, dark in the way that she was treated, drugged up and tortured and all this kind of shit. Um, and then the violence was very dark. You know, I mean, you know, people getting their heads blown off, things going through people, heads getting cut off, all this kind of shit. It was like Rambo meets a horror movie. Rambo meets Hostel or some shit. That's what it was, man. You know, it was like Rambo went full on torture horror. Uh, Rambo the horror movie. You know, now the showdown at the end, was it was nice, but I mean, it just really was no point, man. I mean, the girl was dead. You know, the girl was dead, man, and it was just some like crazy bloody revenge shit. And then at the very end, I mean, he just and they went here, man. I tell you, the shit was dark, man. The violence was dark. The story was dark. At the end of the movie, he literally rips the guy's heart out of his chest and shit, man. You know, I mean, he's blowing dudes' heads off, blowing body parts off, and all kinds of crazy wild shit, man. Like I said, Rambo meets horror movie. And in the end, for the big finale on the big bad guy, while the guy's still alive, and he just cuts the guy's heart out of his chest and shit, man. I'm just sitting there just looking like like they thought this was a good movie. They thought this was good to write. This was good to make, and they all these people around making this movie, and this was they thought this was good. I just didn't feel it, man. I didn't. Like I said, my friend loved it, but I did not, man. I did not like this movie. Um, the last Rambo was far better than this movie. Far better. I left that movie satisfied with the character, satisfied the way the character was in the movie, satisfied at the end that the way he's walking down the highway. It was basically like kind of like a microcosm of all the movies, man. He walked this long road of wars, and he's walking home. He finally made. He's going home. He's gonna be at peace. Rambo finally home after all the wars. And then this shit, man. He just you got a little girl dying. You got I mean, the violence was just crap. I mean, which look, I don't mind seeing the heads getting blown off and stuff, but I mean, it just was. I don't know, man. Just I don't know, man. It just it was. I mean, it was. Maybe it was just too over the top, man. It wasn't effective. It was just. I don't know, man. It's just hard to explain, but I didn't like it. I did not like the movie. I'm disappointed, giving it a D. Um, I mean, no, it's not the worst movie of all time. You know, it's not a F. You know, the action at the end was good. Um, you know, there was some things about it that were good, but just like I said, when that girl died, that was it, man. That was it for me. Um, it might as well been movie over, time to go. You know, it was not enjoyable at all. And at the end, he's the ending was weird. Where he gets shot in the showdown, and then he goes and he sits on the porch, and we thinking like, okay, well, is he about to die? Is he sitting there to die? Last blood, you know, and it kind of, in a way, it's leaving you to think, well, did he die? Is he still alive? Whatever. And then after they uh, show a few credits, they show like a bit of a montage of which was cool, which I enjoyed. Moments of him throughout the movies over the years, from the first movie to the last movie and through this movie. They show little clips and little stills, and through basically like a Rambo timeline. All right, and then at the very end, he rides off on a white horse. Um, you know, uh, you know, I was trying to think. I'm like, was it a white horse in the movie? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking that the horses that he interacted with were all brown, which I could be wrong. I don't know. That would be something to look for. If I was to see it again, which I am not interested in seeing this movie again. If it's a white horse that he's riding out on, maybe that's symbolizing that he died and went to heaven. Maybe that was a symbol. Um, unless they trying to say that he really survived, and then for some reason he got on a horse and just started riding off. I don't know, man. But the ending, I mean, just the movie, the feeling that it left me with, the ending. I mean, I could have done without, man. I would have been more than satisfied with this franchise ending on the last movie, man. You know. So I think that's it, guys. Man, I want to talk about it, break it down. Explain why I didn't like it. Um, I just I didn't. I didn't like it. I mean, I guess the shit can be dark and real. I mean, there are tragedies. Bad things happen. Um, but when you see that little teenage girl getting treated the way she got treated and then ultimately dying, man, it's like, you know, it's like all the vintage and shit that ain't gonna bring her back. It was just at that point just rage or controllable violence or whatever. So I think that's it, guys. Man, talked about this movie for a long time, probably the longest movie review I've done. But I wanted to get into it while it was on my mind because I have no interest in seeing this movie again, man. As far as I'm concerned, it's Rambo First Blood Part 2, which was probably my favorite and the one that I've seen the most. I know for sure because I used to watch it seemingly every weekend as a kid, all right? And then Rambo 3 and Rambo, simply titled Rambo, the one that came out in it was either 2005 or 2007. I'm thinking 2007. But you know, or maybe it was 2000. Maybe it was later than that. I can't remember. I can't remember when it came out. But that's it, man. That's the franchise for me. I wish it would have ended right there, but this shit just left me with a sour taste, man. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, you can ask. But I didn't like it. That's all I can say. I would prefer to leave in better spirits. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.